Hey,
How's it going,
Paul.
Paul?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
We're doing good over here.
Yeah, that's good. Things are a little different than the last time we spoke.
Everything's just different always, week to week.
Well, that and I mean, things were a little different the last time we spoke as well, right? I mean, like you think about how much life had changed between the last time and this time, and then or the last time, like real life to April of 2020. That's when it was. I looked it up because I was curious, and now from April to now, how much things have changed then? You know what I mean?
Wow, yeah, that is a significant amount of time.
It's nuts. Hi, Maren.
Hi.
How
How's
are
it
you?
going?
Nice to meet you.
I'm good. Just
Good.
in LA for the Grammys and got my son out here with me. It's been a fun week.
I bet. And you know what? That first and foremost, that's where I wanted to actually start. Sorry, JP, but congratulations on what I believe. I don't care what any human being accomplishes in life. There is no greater accomplishment than bringing a child into the world. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, he's so fun. He's about to be one. So
You got your big plans in order for the first birthday party?
I mean, we're throwing him one because when is he ever going to be 1 year old again? But it's just going to be family. We're not doing like a big party, but yeah, I'm excited to kind of go all out, at least for us. But we're going to get him a cake and just yeah, it's crazy that we had him at the beginning of quarantine and now it's been a year and his entire life has been inside this timeline where the world's shut down. But no, it's been the most fun year too. I've learned so much.
Yeah, I mean, I've found, and I promise JP will talk about music too, but kids are just like, it's just, I've got a 4-year-old, both girls, and I've found that, people always say to me like, oh, I feel for you having to have 2 kids wrangled, tidied up in home. And it's like, actually, it's been great because they give us purpose each and every day when we wake up. And our bond as a family, I think, has even gotten tighter.
Yeah, no, same. That's been my experience as well. And also I had planned to bring him out on the road with me like 2 months after I gave birth. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was supposed to go back on tour and I was going to have him on the bus with me. And then obviously that all went to hell, but I'm really glad that it in a way didn't work out that same exact picture because I got all this time at home with him.
Yeah, for sure. Congrats on the new song. Totally dig it. You two. Nice work. Line by Line, which is available now. I can't even believe I'm asking this, but if you think about the last 365 days or so, was it at all strange to actually write together in the same room, or was it just like riding a bike and getting back to it?
Well, it was. I think it was one of the first getting back into sessions that I did. When we figured out what precautions needed to be taken in order to do it safely, and we all were in the room with our masks.
Right.
It takes a second to get past the surface level oddities of the scenario, but I mean, at least for me, once we were back into it, it's just we're doing what we love. We're talking about what matters to us, and we're finding out a way to make it a song. And by the way, no apology necessary to keep talking about Hayes if that's where we're at, because that kid is extremely adorable. And just not to inject myself into the story, but we do happen to have the same birthday. So when Maren is talking about Hayes' first birthday, I wonder what similarities my 28th birthday and this kid's first birthday are gonna have. Like, I could go full on dinosaur themed and it could be great.
We're doing I told you this a couple weeks ago, but we're doing like Peter Rabbit themed. So I mean, if you want to dress up like a rabbit, like that'd be weird, but just yeah, you and Hayes will share that memory. I don't think he's making memories yet, but I'll have it.
Your memories. They're your memories to tell them about one day.
Yeah.
maybe you get the rabbit costume and mix yourself a bottle of whatever you want, and then you guys will have a ton in common.
I mean, if I did have a rabbit costume and Hayes saw it, that may just be traumatizing enough for him to remember it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might be traumatizing you too. I don't know. It just depends on, where you're at with all of that. As I mentioned, so much has changed from like when we spoke in April to now. Have you guys either together or independently found it easier to be more creative, or has this brought creativity out of you, I guess, or has it made it more challenging?
It's definitely been easier for me, and part of it is, yeah, probably what you're saying, like pandemic, there's nothing else to do, so hey, let's write a song. And then the other part is, I've been slowly working on my third record, and there's just no pressure right now to like rush a project. So I feel like that's why I feel so creative, is because it's the first time I haven't had to just like hunker down and have to write this amount of songs to turn into the label. Like that's just not existent right now. So I think the one thing this whole year has provided artists, at least, is like the room to just get weird. I mean, Taylor Swift put 2 records out. She obviously was extremely prolific in this time at home. But same, like I've written so many songs, and they're some of my favorites because I don't know, there's just no deadline, there's no ceiling. So that's been my experience just writing in COVID.
JP?
Yeah, I have found there to be definitely positive and negatives to this degree of imposed introspection. On the one hand, I have I have also found some music that I am so grateful exists, and I'm not sure how I would have written otherwise. And gotten to parts of myself with this amount of time to be thoughtful that have found their way into these songs that I love. On the other hand, I have finished this album and then decided it could be a little bit better like 7 times because I just can. And yesterday I wrote a song that I absolutely love that I then decided didn't have a place on the album, even though I absolutely loved it, which to me is my marker that this is actually finished. And yesterday I put a pin in the album. It was my last day writing for it. It's now done.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it then. That sounds exciting. It is, you're right. It's a double-edged sword when you do have too much time and you're like, I don't know when to call it. Like, when do I put a period at the end of the sentence? Because you could just keep writing and writing and never know when it's done.
Totally. I'm a big fan of ellipses. I'm almost like anti-period. I don't, like, even musically, I very rarely am about ending like on a tonic. I'm just all about the continuation. So, but with all of that said, I totally agree, Maren, but it has to be over. It's over now. It has to be shared eventually.
Oh, I'm sure you can find another adjective to replace somewhere, or
don't do that to me.
I love you. I'm teasing. No, I want you to put a record out. So I'm going to just don't listen to anything I have to say. I'm a radio guy. I've never written a song other than a crappy parody. So don't listen to anything I say. All right.
I mean, I hope you find some crappy parodies to create for my album.
Okay.
That's what it's missing.
If that happens, you will have really accomplished something, right? I mean, that's really the bar. If some goofball in Minneapolis can write a parody off of one of your heartfelt songs, that's when you really know you've arrived.
It's on my bucket list. Parody from the Minneapolis goofball.
Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. Hey, so speaking of Grammys, you guys are both up for one. You got any side bets or anything like that going on between the two of you, or no?
I think If the World Was Ending is one of the greatest songs I've heard in a long, long time. Just airtight songwriting, and obviously it's like a master class with it being JP and Julia Michaels. So I think, it was so well deserved getting. I mean, it's huge having a Song of the Year nomination, anyways. But like with that song, particularly in the time that it was released, it was such a tonic for the world to hear a song like that. So no, my money is on JP and Julia.
I mean, I'm of the mind that Maren should win the awards that she's nominated for and some of the awards she's not.
That's fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Maren, you nailed it though. I have to agree wholeheartedly on just the timing and the sentiment of that song were nearly perfect. So props to you on that, JP, for sure, and well deserved. But you know what? Let's not sell that Bones song short, because I just, that sentiment too. I'm a total family guy, and I just, that's what I took from it anyway. It's just when the bones are good, the rest don't matter. It's just like, yeah. And then the way it's attributed to a house. Anyway, I love the songwriting on that. Both of you nailed it. Last one I got for you is, at least here in Minnesota, it feels like we're kind of coming to the end of this insanity. Our governor has actually gone out and said by summer, which, you know, I think every politician is playing it close to the chest just because they don't want to overpromise anything, right? So if he's saying that, he must really mean it. And that gets me thinking about live shows, which I know both of you have probably missed a ton. So just, I thought maybe share a favorite or an awesome experience, whether it was an attendance of a show or performing, whichever.
You go first.
Okay. Well, last year I saw Julia Michaels on tour 17 or 18 times.
Yeah.
And it never got old. I would give a lot to be following my girlfriend around Europe, watching that show over and over again. I also would give a lot to be able to do that in my own show, which is something that I'm excited about enough to think about it every single day nonstop, but not so excited that I would ever want to do it before it would. I was confident it wouldn't put anyone's health or safety at risk at all. So I think myself and most of my community, that's the mindset. Like, we want this more than anything, but not enough to like, if there's even the chance that that puts anyone's life in danger, like, we can sing to you on Instagram Live one more time.
Well said. Maren?
A show that comes to mind just like in recent memory, because it was probably the most monumental, bucket list thing I've ever gotten to be a part of is, so my band, the Highwomen, we played at Newport Folk Festival a year and a half ago. And it was a big secret that we were going to bring out a special guest, and it was going to be her first time doing the festival as well. And, that's where like Bob Dylan went electric, and where Chris Christopherson met Johnny Cash. It's just like a really iconic festival. And our special guest that we brought out was Dolly Parton, and we got to sing with her, and the crowd just like went insane. It was the craziest thing. It just felt like so historic. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm never going to get to experience this the same way again. Yeah, just checked all the boxes.
Yeah, I would say both of those really checked the boxes. I love that. And I'm looking forward to hopefully both of you making it. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I make it to Minnesota before the end of 2021. You never know. I mean, one can hope. But JP, you said it absolutely right. Like, I want this thing done yesterday, but I don't want to just rip the Band-Aid off until it's time. You know what I mean? I couldn't agree more with how you summed that up. That was perfect. So, well, continued success to both of you. Thanks so much for the time. We love the song. We're playing it. And hopefully, like I said, we can see you guys in person someday without this between us.
That would be nice.
Sounds like a dream. That Dolly Parton story gave me like goosebumps absolutely everywhere.
Yeah. Think about that. I mean, if nothing else, think about that. We won't take face to face for granted anymore. There's that.
Nope. Or
all right,
like
you got
half face.
Yeah, right. All right, you guys. Thanks again. Take care.
Thank you.